Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The House Quad Committee rejected dismissed Mayor Alice Guo's request for an executive session. Guo vowed to the lawmakers that she will reveal the truth about how she escaped from the Philippines and what she knows about the POGO operations in the country.
Sasabihin ko po lahat ng totoo at walang kulang, walang dagdag po. Yung mga akusasyon po na sinasabi po nila na marami po akong alam sa ganito, yung mga hindi po totoo, wala rin po ako talaga masasabi. Ang masasabi ko lang po kung ano lang po yung alam ko po.
Now, the House Quad Committee briefly suspended the hearing to deliberate Guo's proposal. Committee Chairman Representative Ace Barbers asked Guo to enumerate the things she will talk about in the executive session. However, Guo still denied some of the accusations against her, like getting help from a former Philippine National Police chief. This is when the committee decided to junk Guo's request.
So we all agreed that we will not grant her an executive session.
One of the staff members of Alice Guo has appeared before the NBI yesterday after receiving a subpoena. On Tuesday's Senate hearing, G. Pepito admitted working as a secretary at Guo's QJJ farm. Pepito was the one who brought Guo's August 14 counter affidavit to a certain Cadante who allegedly assisted in notarizing the document. However, Guo's signature on the counter affidavit was reportedly falsified. Pepito refused to comment when approached by News 5.
Ma'am, gaano katagal na po tayong staff ni Mayor Alice Guo? Kayo daw po yung nagbigay nung pinanotaryo po kay Cadante, sir?
And former Iloilo City Mayor Jed Mabilog told lawmakers yesterday that he left the country 7 years after former President Rodrigo Duterte threatened his life. He also revealed the previous administration's alleged plot of linking former opposition senators to illegal drug trade. Marian Enriquez has that report.
Sana ang nadanasan naming paghihirap na durog, persecution, trauma, at saka walang-wala ay hindi po mararanasan ng iba. At mananaig ang katotohanan at hindi ang pamumulitika o personal na interes ng ilan.
7 years of suppressed emotions poured out from former Iloilo City Mayor Jed Mabilog, who was included in the unverified 2017 drug watch list of former President Rodrigo Duterte's administration. In his prepared speech, the mayor recounted the repeated threats made against him by Duterte, which led him to fear for his life.
The mayor of Iloilo City, I identified him. This is broadcast. I said, you're next. Patayin talaga kita.
Alam po nating lahat, hindi lamang po ito basta-basta pagbabanta. Kayang-kaya niya pong totohanin ito. Labag man sa kalooban, kinailangan po naming lumisan at wag na munang bumalik sa Pilipinas.
Due to these threats, Mabilog went into self-exile for 7 years and sought political asylum in the U.S. in 2019. The former mayor believes that politics was the reason his name suddenly included in the drug watch list.
Do you believe that it was the former president that actually put you in that initiated list that you're talking about?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that, Your Honor.
In August 2017, while Mabilog was in Japan, he reportedly received a call from a PNP regional director inviting him to Camp Crame. Mabilog then spoke with then PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa, who expressed belief in his innocence and promised to help him return home. But just a few minutes later, another general called Mabilog to warn him.
His voice was grim. Mayor, do not return. Your life is in danger. the accusations against you are all fabricated. But if you go to Krame, you'll be forced to point fingers to an opposition senator and a former presidential candidate as drug lords.
Even Mabilog's wife received a text message from a general spouse warning her not to return home as their house was surrounded by armed men. Congressman then asked, who is the opposition senator and former presidential candidate being implicated as a drug lord?
Better you answer yes or no. Is it Senator Maroas, former Senator Maroas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, is it former Senator Drilon, which is your cousin?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it is all about politics. It is all about politics. Kaya, yung Duterte's list, again, from the statement of Colonel Espinido, napakalinaw po na it does not gone through vetting and validation. Pagkalaban ka sa politika, nasa listahan ka.
Former Senator Franklin Drilon and Mar Rojas have not yet made a statement about the matter. When asked why Mabilog did not file a complaint against former President Duterte, he said he has forgiven him. He also mentioned that Duterte was immune from lawsuits at the time. But now that the former president is a private citizen, House Committee on Human Rights Chairman Benny Abante believes that laws exist to hold those who have committed wrongdoings accountable. Meanwhile, former Cebu City Mayor Tomas Osmeña also testified at the hearing. He shared information he allegedly received that retired police Colonel Royina Garma was collecting a payoff of 1 million pesos every week. Garma was a police officer transferred from Davao to Cebu City at that time. Garma was a no-show at the hearing, citing neck and ear pain as the reason. On the other hand, House Committee on Public Accounts Chairman Joseph Stephen Paduano revealed that Davao City Representative Pulong Duterte has expressed his intention to attend and take part in the upcoming hearing on the drug war deaths and the illegal drug trade in the country. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. In the Philippine Star, the National Maritime Council is open to a proposal to lease ships from other countries. This aims to shore up the country's presence in the West Philippine Sea amid China's aggression. The suggestion came from Senator Francis Tolentino after Philippine Coast Guard vessel BRP Teresa Magbanua departed from Escoda Shoal. And in business world, the U.S. Federal Reserve's long-awaited rate cut paves the way for the Bangko Sentral to continue its own easing path. Analysts say it provides the BSP more space to ease, expand domestic liquidity, and stimulate growth. Now, the U.S. Central Bank kicked off an anticipated series of interest rate cuts with a larger than usual half percentage point reduction. The Comelec has issued guidelines for online campaigning ahead of the start of candidacy filing for the 2025 midterm elections. All candidates are required to register all internet-based campaign platforms. These include social media accounts, websites, podcasts, blogs, and vlogs by December 13. The Comelec will also allow the use of artificial intelligence, or AI, as long as it is declared. However, deep fakes are strictly prohibited. Violations involving fake news or misinformation will also not be tolerated by the poll body. Comelec Chairman Attorney George Garcia says there's a need for regulations on artificial intelligence in online campaigning. This as we are only a few months ahead of the 2025 midterm elections. And here's an excerpt from his interview on The Big Story.
What prompted the Commission on Elections, Comelec, kayo po, to implement regulations on social media and including artificial intelligence for this upcoming midterm polls?
Ma'am Pauline, Ma'am Risa, we have to understand that this is a new ball game altogether. We are in the advent of a new and modern technology, such as technologies in the internet. Unfortunately, until today, we do not have social media regulation in the Philippines. And the reason is because it may intrude into something which is unconstitutional, such as what we call as the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression. But nonetheless, the Comelec must be able to do something in order to combat this misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. And that's the reason why the Comelec decided, number one, we should really regulate social media. Number two, we should really regulate AI. Number three, we should really prohibit or ban the use of deepfakes because it's really fake. Why should we even allow the use of the same? And at the same time, we must be able to talk and coordinate closely with the platforms so that they'll be the one, again, to police their own rank.
All right, Attorney, the Comelec will be allowing the use of artificial intelligence, but candidates must declare its use accurately. But I'm curious, Attorney, what examples of AI are allowed? Kasi when we talk about AI, usually ginagamit po nga yan, as you mentioned, for deepfakes, creating negative content. So how can artificial intelligence be used in a positive way in the campaign of these candidates?
Madami naman pa, Ma'am Rita, Ma'am Pauline, na mga ilang aspeto ng AI na we honestly believe. Like, for example, even in media, kayo po, when you edit something, then you are actually using artificial intelligence. In our daily lives, very clear na lagi tayo may ginagamit artificial intelligence, although we may not know it, but even using your television, that's artificial intelligence. So what we are saying is, hindi naman talaga siya masama. Kaya lang, there are certain aspects of AI which we honestly believe should be regulated if not completely banned. Yun nga, katulad ng binanggit yun, yung deepfake. At surely, ma'am, that cannot be allowed. That should be prohibited simply because try to imagine as if that person is the one talking. The face is actually that of the person. The voice is that of the person. But technically and realistically, hindi naman pala doon sa tao talaga yan. So, that is misrepresentation. When you are campaigning, you are trying to introduce yourself to the people na ikaw yun mismo. Why should you even use artificial intelligence whenever you are facing the people or introducing yourself?
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.